Hi everyone, I'm just out of the Waymo driverless cars conversation at South by Southwest. You know, I've talked about Waymo before on this channel. If you're new here, my name is Janet. I talk about AI tech and culture. Roland was in conversation with Saswat from Waymo. And one of the first things he confirmed is that Waymos have started testing the cars on London roads using a special app. In terms of the question as to whether London roads are so weird that they will be complicated for Waymos to handle, they have about 170 million miles of data. Yes, London has its own quirks, but they have a lot of data to be able to maneuver around that. And of course, they discussed a couple of the incidents, one not far from here on Elder Street, where the Waymos were kind of backed into a corner and they kept hooting. What mentioned that there's a lady who gave birth in a Waymo. Human behavior is quite something. I don't know that I would catch a Waymo while in a state of advanced pregnancy, but I think what was interesting from this conversation is understanding the integration that happens around this. So police were aware that this woman was in that situation. The hospital knew that that particular Waymo was coming and that they needed to have all of their medical facilities in place to accommodate her needs. But it also brought out the bigger question about the extent to which Waymo has to really integrate on a local level. Police, security service, hospitals, etc. So that if anything goes wrong, they can intervene. So as a last resort, if a Waymo is stuck, a police officer can actually go in and use the steering wheel to manage the car. That's what made a couple of points that would be new to anyone who'd never taken a Waymo, but for those of us on this channel and those of us who've used Waymos, some of this stuff is obvious. So for example, the benefits, particularly for women, when it comes to safety and being able to take up particular jobs at night because they know they have access to a Waymo. The inclusivity bit. He gave an example that blind people who've been able to use Waymos say that it's the first time that they've been in a car alone, which would be a really significant moment for someone in that situation. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.